Update on my New York session today. Heat map. After huge blow-offs yesterday, I thought it's a pretty tricky situation today. The metals were pretty bearish inside days in breakdown. So you typically want to see an inside day fake out high reversal down. Otherwise, it would be counter trend. We didn't get that. I will show you on the chart in a minute. DAX, I don't trade in New York anyway. Oil, for me, conflicting signals in between levels. I was rather looking for a short, didn't get it. All the indices yesterday with massive moves. Today, in theory, all bullish with a breakout retracement continuation setup potentially. But after such a huge move yesterday, I typically rather expect a ranging day the next day. And actually, that's exactly what we got. We had a counter signal to the setup, which is an 8-hour breakdown. I will show you this also on the chart. I also thought that CPI might show a bit of direction and show hand of the market. It kind of did because it wicked both sides. You see it here on gold. It just took inside day on both sides, so all liquidity gone. It didn't for silver. There was the low still intact. Oil didn't do a lot in between levels and now just grinding up. So no trade for me. Nasdaq, I thought could give a breakout retracement continuation out of balance close. Previous day value area high here. And you see we had an 8-hour breakdown in London. So this was a huge downward move, and we had a rather a low-hanging fruit setup with news. Hard to trade. I didn't even try. I was not at the screen. But coming into New York, open, it was already still below previous day value area high. So it's an out of balance reversal down situation, but in daily breakdown, so conflicting signals, and me expecting that it would range anyway. So I didn't actually consider any trades on that. Then DJ30, I thought could give a long. Also nice signals. It even traded up through previous day value area high. So out of balance situation confirmed. Could have given a long. I was waiting for it. But it then traded into VWAP. I got the request to explain VWAP a bit more. I will do with the silver chart. Here you see it's just wicked into VWAP all the time. It stayed below VWAP, never closed a bar above VWAP. So this is pretty bearish and typically confirms a downtrend. So also here, even that all time frames were bullish, there was no entry for a long. You could have taken one aggressively down here, but this was right off the open, still below previous day value area high. I didn't like it. What I did like was the same trade as yesterday. I took silver, but first I missed the first setup because we had, in the end, if you look at it, we had an inside day. So maybe to the TPO first, we had a breakdown 2 days ago, out of balance, leaving massive single prints and a previous day value area low up here, which is then the important level on the chart. Then yesterday we got an inside day, grinding sideways. Today the inside day was not touched first. Then we got it pierced the high. I mean, then you always can discuss, is this a fake out high or is it a higher high? No one really knows. But then we got into also with news, we got a stop hunt to the low, and then we were again above VWAP, and then New York Open traded a bit sideways and then blew off to the top completely. So we had an inside day trend trade in the end, but with this wick both sides of news, it's a bit tricky. So I decided to wait what's happening. Then it traded up. It traded into the single prints. This would have been the next trade, which we traded a lot in my old community. If you have a big row of single prints, once you get acceptance into the single print here, a close of the bar, you can expect that price rotates through the whole row of single prints. Exactly what that happened. Then the top of the single prints is resistance again. And then you see what happened here. We traded 3 wicks of a 5-minute bar to the top into previous day value area low from the breakdown and the out of balance situation 2 days ago. And interestingly, the VWAP, the weekly VWAP, those two came together, and we also had a daily VWAP close. This is also a strong level you see here. I typically don't have them on my chart, but I'm aware of them. And if I have the VWAP, you see the edge here. This is when VWAP closes and it gaps to the price of the next day. And this close is similar to closing price. It's just a volume weighted closing price and often gives strong reactions on the chart. And VWAP in general also gives strong reactions on the chart and gives an indication for trend. So we had here a trend continuation far away from VWAP, but then if you're far away, you are allowed to trade back into VWAP once you have enough space. And this is kind of the weekly trend. We traded into the weekly trend with previous day value area low confluence, with on the lower time frame 3 pushes to the high, exactly into 1 hour time rotation. So absolute clockwork. My same trade as yesterday, New York Open blowing to the top. 1 hour time rotation engulfs to the downside, and I directly took the bearish rollover of the 5-minute candle because I've seen these 3 nice 5-minute pushes to the top into resistance. And I thought breakout traders are at the H8 down here. So I placed my take profit at this 8H level, and then nicely 1, 2, 5-minute bars, so 10 minutes, and it already hit my take profits, taking out the breakout traders, the 8H breakout trader stops down here, and closing my trade with like 160 pips R4. It was counter trend, yes, but very strong push to the top. And again, my parabolic reversal pattern, which I love, out of 1 hour time rotation, and it worked again perfectly. You just have to nail and bail it. As you see, it just came back strongly. So never hold a trade like this longer than 10 or 15 minutes. I did that. Nice profits for the day. Pretty happy with that for a Thursday. Nail and bail. Hope you had a nice trading day as well and had some successful profits. And I hope this was helpful for you. Thanks for listening.